Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha. Entire world is Prakriti, the nature. Sattoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna is driving people. They think that I am the doer, I am enjoyer, I am the knower. The Prakriti is actually, we are actually yantra rudani manava. All human beings are like robots. Sri Krishna used the word called yantra, means machines. I will use the modern word called biorobots. All of us are biorobots. Okay? And we run and execute our programs. And in executive program, I say I have free will also. Okay? Like a biorobot in claiming, I am only doing this. So, according to robot, it's correct only. He has a free will. But according to reality, it's not. According to reality, it's only Prakriti is doing, nature is doing. So the question is, robot has a clear will that I am only doing this. The programmer knows it's only program which is doing it. Okay? Both are correct. Robot's point of view is correct, and program's point of view is correct. So now, everybody is doing mechanically. And this is mechanically what is going on. Okay? And here the evolution is only by looking at the next closest thing. Okay, I look at somebody, then I try to become. It's like a progressive, incremental. But from here, somebody will move upwards. The journey is horizontal or little bit vertical. Horizontal journey is from karma to karma, birth to birth. Vertical journey is closer to God, higher level evolution. Now, higher level evolution cannot happen in this circle, this horizontal circle, because horizontal circle, everybody wants to keep you trapped. Nobody is comfortable for you to escape the velocity, right? Going from this thing, it's like you are doing a good work for your boss here. Okay? Now, you are looking for a job. Why does boss want to leave you? He'll make sure that you are there. He'll put some bond, he'll put some condition, he'll give some temptation to keep you there. Nobody in the world, in the horizontal world, nobody wants anybody to escape from this grid, matrix. So everybody tries to keep you safe within their limit. If husband goes to satsang, wife will get jittery. Okay? If wife is going to satsang, husband will doubly jittery. Not that by going to satsang they will get elevated or liberated, but at least going itself is positive. Huh? So, if somebody says, I want to become spiritual and all, other people will be very uncomfortable. When I was sitting in meditation, my mother was feeling very uncomfortable. Okay? If he'll become sannyasi one day, what will happen? She is just married. Okay? My wife didn't say that. Wife was not worried. But my mother-in-law or relatives, they are worried. This becomes sannyasi. What will happen? Okay? So, something from above my orbit, I am feeling uncomfortable. Everybody wants to keep in the orbit. The other day, one lady came. She has a grandson. One monk comes and looks at his son, young boy, and says, this boy is destined to become a monk when he becomes 20 years. I wish the mother has one more child. She has only one child. So then this lady tells me, so what's wrong with becoming a monk? I mean, if he becomes alcoholic or drunkard, drug addict, he will be more comfortable or what? We are more comfortable if somebody becomes alcoholic than becoming a monk. Because monk is going beyond my orbit. Right? So, like that, we want everything to be within our known limit. So somebody becomes spiritual reading scriptures, they'll come and say, why are you reading? Why are you doing this? Okay.
Yeah, because they say, Rama, just ask one question, why do you read all this?
Yeah. So, then they'll say, always there is people who are discouraged. That's true in any field. Right? Actually, if my daughter wants to become an artist, I will question, why? Engineering is good, no? Because engineering I know. Art, why art? Unknown, no. So, unknown there is always fear. Unknown there is no comfort. But from this karmic cycle, if you have to come out, it is not easy. Within the karma, you can't learn lesson. Some higher input has to come. That I call antaprerepana. That's input from inside. God has to give you the pull. So that's called grace. From one orbit to another orbit, you have to get a grace. Otherwise, somebody comes and says, no, this is all karma, this is maya, they will not accept it. Because inner acceptance is not happening. The God is not telling you from inside that you have to get out of this. Okay? Unless the inner opening happens, the outer teaching will not help. So if everybody in India knows about Maya, everybody in India knows about karma, but nobody wants to come out. Everyone knows about mukti, but nobody wants it. Because inner prerepana, anta prerepana has not happened. Anta prerepana is called will of God, to lift you from karmic cycle. That's called grace. So then person will happen, he will go from karma to karma yoga or upasana, he will start going satsang. Okay, he wants to get jnana. Chitta shuddhi also anta prerepana. The God only gives the will, purifies you. Here it happens two ways. From inside God and outside Guru. Both are required. The inner pull and outer push both are required. Just inner pull is also not sufficient because they won't know what to do. Willful concord. Inner pull and outer push happens. So the God comes from inside as Antaprayapana, outside as a Guru. So then upliftment happens. Now person has come to Jnana. Okay? Chitta Shuddhi may or may not happen. He comes to Jnana because of grace. The Jnana also, he listens to Jnana, but still there is a feeling that I have not realized. The inner breakthrough has not happened. That's why the blessing has to come from inside as Bhagavan's grace, from outside as Guru's grace. The grace alone is the path of mukti, liberation. Our all sadhana has to be done to exhaust the sadhana as means of sadhana. To exhaust and surrender totally, sadhana is required in our life. So inner will of God, inner pull from God, inner Guru has to give direction. Then whatever people outside doesn't matter. If inner voice is not coming, inner pull is not coming, you will fall for anything outer easily. And why inner guidance comes from some, why it doesn't come from some, I don't know. We can't say why grace is given to somebody, why not given to somebody, and what is karmic compression connection, I don't know. But ultimately inner and outer both together have to work. That's called grace.
Guruji, I think if I'm not mistaken, this question is like, why do you want to read scriptures sadhanas? Directly go to self-enquiry, what Ramana says.
Is that question?
Yeah, because that's normally what people say. Like, why do you spend so much time?
Okay,
How many births you are going to
okay.
spend because you can't
Okay.
possibility this birth.
Say, the question is, why do you want to spend study scriptures? Why don't you go to Ramana self? Who am I? How many million people ask who am I? Who am I is supposed to be simplest path. Ask who am I million times. See, Ramana Maharshi has put a disclaimer at the bottom. People don't read it. He says, Atma Vichara, self-enquiry is the direct path, shortest path. He says, disclaimer, for the mature and evolved seekers. Now, what is mature and evolved seekers? He doesn't define that. Okay, he says, for mature and evolved seekers, self-enquiry is the way. Now, the question is, am I mature or am I ready for self-enquiry? Who says so? The inner consciousness says. The Atma Guru says, what I need to do. The gap. Otherwise, there are so many modern neo-Vedantins, there are so many Vedantins, you don't have to do anything. Okay, you are already realized, you are already Brahman. Why do you have to do anything? Actually, you don't do self-enquiry also. Why should you do? You are Brahman, no? Okay, why should you do anything? You are Brahman only. Okay, that's the teaching. You don't do nothing. Even self-enquiry is useless. Okay, but this understanding doesn't look at the human nature as such. You are Brahman. If I tell you, do you feel satisfied? I mean, ultimately, it's your inner satisfaction has to be there. Are you able to do that? What are you missing? And then who says something is missing in life? It's your own consciousness saying. That gap has to be corrected. How do you correct the gap? I do sadhana or scripture study or make Mahatma. Something has to be done. Inner guidance is required. I guess there are so many teachings today, especially in the Western. You are already Brahman. Actually, there are so many so-called Vedantins, modern Vedantins. They don't understand Indian Vedanta is built on a robust system. The Vedanta system is not robust. Jnana Yoga is only, see if you look at Vedas, 98% is Karma Kanda. Okay? Is this done without purpose? Then 2% is 1%, 1.5% Upasana Kanda. And 0.5% is Jnana Kanda. And out of the 0.01% is which Atma Vichara. Direct self-enquiry. I mean, this pyramid built just like that. It's built based on the nature of human beings. First, you bring discipline in your life. Then Upasana develops your heart. Karma Kanda reduces your vasanas and samskaras. Upasana brings your chitta shuddhi and love. Then integrate head. Head, heart and hand. Integration is done in this whole path. Now, just like saying you are Brahman, saying you are a billionaire. I mean, what kind of billionaire I am? Huh?
No, it fails because it doesn't remove the sorrow. I mean,
that's one thing. Ultimately,
like the first chapter, all of this starts from the Tapatrayam. Some suffering. Something incomplete. So that is not removed by.
That is not removed because the removal has to happen addressing all aspects of human living, head, heart, and hand. So just saying that you are Brahman, just saying like you are a millionaire, right? So our sorrow will not go.
But I'm not able to buy this. I'm not able to buy this. So
Huh?
how am I a millionaire? You're saying I'm a millionaire.
I'm not able to. How I'm not able? You are saying I am Brahman, but I am still miserable, right? So there's a conflict happens. You are miserable because your vasanas have not gone, your sanskaras have not gone, your chitta shuddhi has not happened, and you are identifying with the vasana and samskara. If you don't identify vasana and samskara, okay, you can say I am peaceful, but you identify. So how you are comfortable? How I am Brahman will help you? That's why I am Brahman teaching is given only for selected few. Now it's available abundantly in. So if you are for a mature seeker, Aham Brahman teaching is given. Is the end of suffering. That's why Shravana Matrina Mukti for a mature seeker. But he has matured through Karma Yoga, Karma Kanda, Upasana, and he is mature. He's like a ripe mango. Touch it, he'll fall. Ramana Maharshi says Atma Vichara is sufficient. My guru asked me only one question: who are you? That was the end of my journey. But for reaching that journey, I have spent 6 lifetimes coming there.
Another theory that Tribunat become Lokam,
Maya.
Maya, Prakruti. So we need useful idiots to run the world. Not only the political
World.
system and the world.
If everybody can.
Tirudana Sakti, that Maya has to be there for the universe to function.
Yeah.
So until you wake up, you you have to go through the.
No, there are a question that people ask. Entire world is run by Maya. If everybody gets mukta, who will run the world? Right? So mukti is only for selected few. Huh?
Where is the play?
Where is the play? Right? So running the world is none of my business. Okay? My business is my suffering. I want to get rid of my suffering. Whether everybody gets out of the world, somebody gets mukti, I don't know. All that I am doing is get rid of my suffering. Okay? So the world has a concept that everybody gets mukti, who will run the world? That's why nobody should become. That's why sannyasi, very few people. Actually, the sannyasis who become sannyasi are actually useless fellows who are going out of the world. Okay? So mukti is not for everybody. Samsara is for everybody. That's what they say. Who will go by these words, right? Ultimately, I am suffering. I want to get rid of my suffering. I am looking for some solution. Okay? If the world is running or not running is not my business, yaar. Why should I bother about it? It is business of Bhagwan. Yes, Nikhil, very silent.
He has no questions.
So this typically the kings will have this thing, right? If the son becomes a sannyasi, who will run my kingdom? Like that.
The example of king and the beggar, the only difference is here, it's the king's son gets lost when he is very young. And is adopted in a jungle.
Yeah.
And so he
Thinks he's a
lives
beggar.
with those people and then he thinks he's a hunter and all. So then king comes one day and then finds out that it is my son who is here. He tells him, no, you are my son. So the difference is only that. And then, but he doesn't believe that. And so he has all these habits. And it is very difficult for him to let go of these things. That is the example given for the people.
Okay, I'll tell you this example. I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you. See, it's very easy to tell Tattvamasi, you are Brahman.